I'm Dan Mirvish. Some of you may know me as a co-founder of the Sundance Film Festival.
Dan's a big partial crowdfunding guy, which was a good way to drum up some kind of inherent support in the project. People who were interested and previous fans of Dan's, friends and family of all of ours who were always going to support the project, had a way to get in early and kind of track what we were doing.
In front of the iconic Watergate Hotel that ultimately led to the cover-up that led to the downfall of the Nixon presidency. And that is what my new film, 18 and a half, that's the name of it, is all about.
The video that you did, Dan, was fantastic. The people at the motel was like, I want to see this movie.
Well, thanks.
Silver Sands Motel out in Greenport is beautiful.
Silver Sands was built in 1957, a time of American idealism. No one has ever shot a full feature film here.
This movie obviously is not going to cost $20,000, and the crowdfunding was going to be a piece of the overall financing, and crowdfunding is a good way to get the seed money going so you can pay for the upfront things like the lawyer and the casting director and the LLC costs and all that kind of thing. In a sense, it was a good way to start understanding what the movie would look like or feel like, or what the humor of the movie could be. Like, Dan was coming up with all these ideas that were like superimposing backers' faces onto Elvis's face with his hair, and then so it's like they're shaking the hand of Nixon and then taking a real tape recording from the archives and superimposing the name on top of, so it sounds like Nixon's talking with this person. And
Floppy Dan, why? Well, because
This Mirvish fella's
been running such a jackass campaign. I'm gonna tomorrow express my appreciation for the way
Doug Deaton.
you've supported us in these last few days.
It was all very creative and people liked it, very shareable on social media.
We'll get upbeat note. Wind her up tomorrow, huh? We'll keep right on him. Yep, they're good. Thank you, Mr. President.
But really, kind of when we got to set and we're filming the tape player, and it had this residual effect that I wasn't expecting, where A, it's a certain kind of indie movie that crowdfunds it all. So that gives you understand the ballpark that you're playing in. And B, it's a certain kind of movie about a serious topic, about politics and everything, that has fun with the idea of politics from the get-go, superimposing your face on Elvis. And C, it's a community that is being built through the crowdfunding is probably as important as the money we were raising itself.
Yeah.
So this whole "it takes a village" thing was kind of right from the get-go, I think. Dan wrote a book called The Cheerful Subversive Guide to Independent Filmmaking, which, well, everyone who's interested in indie filmmaking should read the book, honestly. But like watching a chapter of Dan's book come to life before my eyes with this crowdfunding thing, because the crowdfunding element is something that is integral to indie filmmaking a lot of the times.
Raising money for 18 and a half, because this is real crowdfunding for an independent American film. You raise money in Tokyo, you raise money in Spain, you raise money in Paris.
Donnez l'argent à 10 États-Unis. Le film qui va changer la face du monde. Yeah, asking people for money.
If you put in enough money, you get a mug like this.
Excellent. This is awesome.
I just find it a little stressful, but
18 and a half mug. It's fantastic.
And if you get a mug like this, you can raise your own money to make your own film.
You can drink French coffee, but you can also drink French wine.
Oh, if you put in enough money, you can get a copy of my book and I will sign it
And spill some coffee on
and
it.
spill coffee on it with your new mug.
it was much better doing it under Dan's tutelage, kind of, than with that experience at the helm. And it worked.
For the ticket back to LA, we're raising that money right now.
It's happening, Dan. Next year, you'll be back in LA. Next year.
We had done the crowdfunding, we had started the casting process.
And so we're here in Park City, Utah at Sundance and Sundance, because that's what you do before you make a movie, obviously. So we're trying to raise money and we're meeting actors, meeting crew people, and meeting cameras.
You didn't steal this camera?
Hey,
What?
wait a minute. We've got tote bags. We've all got matching buttons, because it's not a movie unless you got a button. This is our pitch book that we've been showing people. Come on, class. Would you like to invest in a film? Yeah. Let's make a movie! Woo! We're making a movie!
And there was a certain kind of come to Jesus moment that we all kind of had where we were looking for a producer. Terry was mentioning, Christine Vachon earlier, yeah, we tried those kind of producers.
We're making a movie. This is how you make a movie.
And we couldn't find one.
Here we are in New York City. Just came here to do lots of meeting producers, meeting money people, meeting actors, meeting cinematographers, meeting crew people. We're putting the finishing touches on making this movie.
There were some producers that lived in the area that came out, and I walked them around and thought, like, these people are going to be great. And then I don't think we even ever heard from them again.
And then we realized we are the producers. Yeah. We're making this film and we're making it however we're going to make it, but it's on our laps and we're going to do it.
I still have stress nightmares about those conversations. And it almost wasn't until like 3 weeks before the movie, when we had been producing it, where we still were almost like, well, we could bring on somebody to do this, we could bring on, and at a certain point we were like, No one else is coming. We are now the producers of this movie.
En route to Greenport, out on Long Island, only about 100
Mirvish
miles.
and I'm here in front of the Richard Nixon Presidential Library to make our movie 18 and a half. We are going to be shooting that in just about a week and a half.
It was the hardest thing I've ever done, probably.
But we still need your help. We need anyone's help. We still need $58,000 to make the movie.
I have high blood pressure now that I didn't have before.
Basically, my job, I figured, for 18 and a half was to keep the motel open. That was, otherwise we were going to lose the location. So, because of this money this lawyer had stolen, we had so many catastrophic problems that I would get calls from Dan, like, we're coming in a week. I'm like, let's do it. My personal experience, I don't really understand the why of this. A good producer on a low budget film is one of the hardest things to find. You can often find principals in the crew departments that are willing to work cheaply or on a low budget film, and actors certainly. But a good producer, I've never had the easiest time finding just a producer. It almost always is some type of crossover with the director, writer, or somebody who has a creative stake.
This is the greatest mug of all time. I'll be drinking coffee on this forever. So thank you.
I play Connie Lashley, a transcriber for OMB meetings mostly. She happens to find what appears to be the 18